Hey everybody, we're back with Scott Trog with Home Plus Inspection Services. He's got a lot of good stuff to say, so make sure you look at that first video. You know who I am, Jeff Goldstein, Home Base SDL, Realty Executives of St. Louis. Gives us the opportunity to showcase our vendors and help you guys when you're trying to make some decisions about buying a home. Scott's back, and Scott's going to talk about something that we talked about earlier. It's pre-listing inspection for your home and why that might be a good idea. Scott, what do you think about that?
First of all, thank you, Jeffrey, for having us here.
Oh,
it's an honor when an agent of ours respects our business enough to invite us to do a video, a spotlight video. So on a pre-inspection, many sellers feel like they get complacent with their home and they think that it's in great shape and there's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
Well, I go through as maybe a buyer's agent or buyer's inspector, and I find all these things wrong with it, and then you have to negotiate, or you have to say like, well, you have termite damage, or you have a problem with your sinks leaking, or the roof is bad, or whatnot. So a pre-inspection will give the seller a great idea of what's going on. If you know that you have an issue with a leak in your attic, or a foundation problem, or like I said, termites or plumbing, or your roof has some bad flashing or something, that gives you the opportunity to address those types of issues, so that when your buyer comes in and he or she sends in an inspector to find things, and they find a whole laundry list of items, especially if it's a bunch of small stuff. The small stuffs are tedious. So you have doors that stick, or door handles that are loose, or small things like trim on the outside of the house that you may just want to paint and get your home prepared to sell. Not only does it make it look better when you go to sell your house, it's a whole lot less things that are going to be on your list. There will be something on the list that you won't fix. I always tell my sellers, focus on the little things, and the big things, if it's in your budget to do, get that stuff done. The more that you can prepare yourself for a smooth sell. I'm sure you're familiar with nightmares, Jeffrey.
It can be, I mean, Scott for sure is telling the truth. It can be crazy. I talk to my sellers, and I want them to get a pre-listing inspection if they want to put the money out. And I don't really think it's a lot of money, considering you get those items done, and then maybe you can raise the price of your home, because a buyer sees that, well, wait a minute, these things have been done, or there's really not much to do. And you're going to have your negotiations.
Sure.
And that's when you have your big negotiations. It's after you guys come in and say, hey, this is what's wrong. And Scott says a whole laundry list of things, and that's what you guys are there to do. You're there to find everything you can find for that buyer.
Yeah. So I have kind of a saying in between me and my wife. Buyers love us and sellers hate us. So when I'm in a house with a buyer, and maybe I find something moderately big, furnace is bad, AC is outdated, but then I find 20 small things that could have been repaired easily before, and they add up, and sometimes the buyer will get a little nervous. They'll get scared and overwhelmed. I work with a lot of new home buyers. Sometimes they're young, sometimes they're going all in. Everything that they've got, they're putting into a home. And when things start adding up, they've never negotiated anything with an agent before. And they're thinking, oh my gosh, your list is getting huge. What are we gonna do? If you can help eliminate that, it's a whole lot less scary. So we do quite a few pre-inspections, and our clients tend to thank us when it comes to further down the line. There's just not as many items.
Yeah, absolutely. Good stuff. Folks, if you want to give Scott and Beth a call and ask them about pre-listing inspection and you know, what it takes and why, they'll be glad to talk with you. Definitely, definitely. Otherwise, you're going to see Scott's contact information at the end of the video. Give him a call. Give him a call. It's the time. The time is right now. The market is crazy. You know who I am. If you need to buy or sell, you'll see my information at the back too. Everybody, thanks so much, Scott. Thanks
Thank
so
you,
much.
Jeffrey, for having me.
Yes, yes, sir.
Appreciate it.